What's up, everybody? This is the Syndicate. This is episode 1. I got my brothers here. You already know I'm Rios. This is Manny. We got Trey. How y'all feeling, man?
Great, man.
Feeling good, brother. Feeling good, you know. Woke up this morning.
I don't believe you.
You know I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, man.
This has been a long time coming. You know what I mean? Like, we getting here. And before we go, I want to start off by saying, like, how proud I am of all of us. I'm proud of you, me, because
likewise,
this isn't a coincidence that we made it through all the shit that we made it through. We're here today at this exact moment, able to fellowship, brotherhood, talk about things that are important to us, and to show the world who we are and how we are together,
right.
And just project a good image of black men in general.
Right.
So the obstacles that we got through, the struggles, everything that we've been through made us who we are today. And look at us, we're here now.
Yeah.
So we giving y'all our story.
Let's go.
You feel me?
Our way.
Three minds, one mission. The Syndicate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so, what's going on with everybody, man? Like, how's everybody doing? Like, you want to touch base on your week, how your week has been going? Anything going on with you guys?
My week, man, it's been cool, man. Just did some editing of, if you don't know, I cook. So I have a page where I'm making different meals or dishes, whatever you want to call it.
One this week that you did?
Yeah, I got one dropping
tomorrow.
Tomorrow dropping. Well, I can't say tomorrow. It'll be dropping on Friday.
Yeah.
So you'll see that one on Friday. And then I did a Mother's Day one, just a little quick meal. What do you want to call it? Yeah, a little short for Mother's Day. Okay. I didn't make a full cooking video. It's just a short. And that's that. But I was editing those movies and our videos. And now preparing to leave to go see my daughter graduate from LSU.
Man, congratulations to my baby girl.
Yeah. Let's go. You, what's going on?
My week has been busy. My oldest is prom this week, so you know how that goes.
Let's go.
And, this Saturday.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I know you'll be there. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, I'll be in Louisiana.
Should have canceled.
Sorry, Brooklyn.
Should have canceled.
Sorry, Brooklyn. Now, that's what her graduation is actually at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday.
In the morning?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, so, my week has been busy with, getting everything prepped and ready to go for Saturday so he can run smooth and enjoy his day. So it's been a little hectic and busy, but, I can't wait for Sunday.
Dude,
yeah, get it over with.
You know what? Let's talk about like the reflection. You know what I mean? Like how like you reflect and look at your son and you think in comparison to who we were. But we raised these babies that are who they are today. We did that. You know what I mean? Like you take time to receive those blessings and look at those blessings like, damn, like look at what God gave us.
Absolutely. I look back at him and I think about his childhood to now. And then I think about my childhood to that age. And I'm extremely proud of him. Extremely proud. And I'm proud of myself, right. And I'm proud of the people who I've surrounded him with as well. He's had you guys as examples of men outside of his dad. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good feeling because none of our kids have been in trouble for anything.
Nope.
They haven't experienced loss as far as friends.
Right.
We was going to funerals at 14, 15, 16 of our friends, and they wasn't dying from natural causes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like our friends was getting murdered in the street, unfortunately.
Great bodily injury.
Yeah, so.
Our kids have been able to be kids.
Exactly. Yep. They've been able to enjoy, PlayStation.
Exactly.
Now, the only thing, I wish they would have had more outside like we did.
Yeah, and that's probably what kept them from all of the stuff.
That's true though. That's
because we was outside and outside. Yeah, is what caused a lot of the stuff. Our traumas.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I sit back and I watch, and I'm like, dang man, this is crazy. I got him here, and he's in a great space, and shout out to his mother as well.
Right,
and
of course, it take a team.
It take a village for sure.
Does he have a plan after?
Yeah, he does.
What's his plan?
So he's applied for a few schools. Mm-hmm. He wants to go away. And at first he was kind of a little timid to leave, but he was on some like, Dad, I really don't want to leave you and my siblings. And I'm like, nah, man, we ain't going nowhere, brother. Go experience life outside of California.
Don't be like us,
Yeah, don't be like us. Yeah. We don't stay in the nest, man. Please fly.
Spread them wings.
Yeah, spread them wings because there's so many wonderful and great experiences and people in other places.
Yeah.
You know, so if he wants to leave, but if he doesn't leave, he wants to be going to a trade to be an electrician.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I'm trying to get him, if he does stay, into the elevator union because they teach you how to be an electrician and welding.
Yeah.
So he'll have like 3 of the top trades in the world under his belt.
Yeah. Not immediately, but after the trade.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dope. And it's really transition periods for, like, if you think about all of our children and like the different levels, we're constantly in transition periods.
Yeah.
Like Zay going to high school, Jay in Brooklyn graduating.
Graduate. Mariah going to the 12th grade.
Right, going to the 12th, yep.
And so
and then Moreau's going to middle school. She graduating, going to middle school.
So we're all at these different levels in life where we're having to try to teach and be this and be that. And there is no blueprint, no book on how to do this. And what's the exact right thing to do. All we can do is do our best, right?
Yep.
Because there's plenty of times where I don't think we necessarily talk about it or promote it, but where we don't feel successful as dads. You know what I mean? Like where we have done something where it's like, damn, I should have just got I should have got up out the bed. I feel bad. Now it's nighttime. Now I want to talk to this nigga for an hour because I feel
like
gotta make up for what I did.
Nah, Dad, I'm on this PS5 right now. Leave me alone, man.
Hey, man.
That was earlier.
I'm playing GTA with my friends, man. You had all day to talk to me about that,
remember
bro.
when I said let's go outside?
Yeah.
Like it's moments like that where I think we should talk about things that are not necessarily rainbows and cotton candy. Everything's not good. Everything ain't gravy. And I think as men, we got to do a better job of talking about struggles in manhood.
Yeah.
Struggles as a parent, as a father.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna just start off with something that I struggled with fatherhood was early on with JJ, 2 separate households, right? Like JJ is always trying to blame everything on the other party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't take any accountability for how the situation was, which just made it even worse. You know what I mean? Like it just made it more tumultuous by not just taking ownership. Like, okay, it takes 2 to tango.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was always so uber focused on, oh no, you did this wrong, that I wasn't paying attention to the shit that I wasn't doing correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not stuff that women forget easily.
Yeah. It's long-lasting scars. Lifetime scars that you do that. Yeah.
Lying,
forever.
Losing trust. And it was just like, almost like a kid. We was talking about JJ be lying about, what'd you lie about that for?
Yeah, like you didn't have to.
It was certain things that I would do that it was like, why even not just be completely honest about this and just deal with the aftermath in the moment? And so that was something that I definitely would do differently. You know what I mean? Like not adding to it, taking accountability and letting the other party know, like, you know what, that's my bad. Yeah. You know, I could have did better here or here and there.
Right. And
now that I know that now, everything has been so much better. But that first initial thing was...
It was tough because, you like you said, you was putting all the blame and, hey, I'm not culpable for nothing.
Yeah.
I have no culpability. Like, it's all... Hey,
And it made for great conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I do this, I do that,
all this. Oh, you just selling the whole story.
Yeah, like you ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Like you play no part in nothing. You just...
Oh,
No culpability.
you just perfect. Huh?
You just perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah. What do I do wrong?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you say no, what can I say?
Who wouldn't want to get with this?
Puerto Rican thunder.
That whole story like that. I just got it going on. And that's the other thing is like being open to being vulnerable and sharing what the struggles are. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can you think of a moment where you was struggled as a dad, as a father?
I kind of lean on, like, even just this past weekend, my son wanted to leave late night to go to his after prom. He's in ninth grade.
After prom, after party.
Yeah, and he's in the 9th grade, so he didn't even go to the prom.
just going to the after.
Yeah. So he texted me and asked me, can he go? So I showed Fred, because Trey, we at the same spot. And he's like, man, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. I was like, yeah, I hear you, man. I was like, but his group of friends is different from ours.
Yeah.
The way we grew up. So I don't really, he's like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But the other people that, like the friends that we used to be, are there.
Be around. Exactly.
Yeah, they're there. So and the way they act now these days, it's a little bit different than how we act.
It's
like we were
0 or 100.
Yeah. Like we were like we would fight and maybe somebody would be smoking weed and some drinks, but now these kids is doing everything.
Right.
Shooting and stabbing and all kind of stuff. And he was
for little things.
Yeah. So he was like,
for nothing. Like it don't even have to be nothing. It could be.
So he had reservations. He was like, he's like, I wouldn't. He's like, personally, I wouldn't do it, but I know you trust Elijah. Yeah. He said, I wouldn't do it because I just don't want my kid at a house party, which makes value, because we know house parties are the worst type of parties.
The worst type of parties.
So I'm like, yeah.
You in a box.
Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? I want him to experience
life.
It and figure out so I can see how he acts in that environment and what comes of it and everything. And so I was like, go ahead and let him go. Sure enough, everything turned out fine other than that party got shut down and he went to another party without consulting me. At this, they was like, yeah, so everybody went over there. But it was actually closer to the house, which doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you tell me you left?
Right.
And how'd you get over there?
Yeah.
And why are you calling me and you literally about 100 yards away from the house to come pick you up?
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Like, something is...
So what was up? What had happened?
I don't know. He just called me. He's like, can you come pick me up? I go to pick him up. I'm like, where you at? He's like, I'm in the Jack in the Box parking lot. I'm in the lane. I literally turned out. I see the fool standing. I'm like, what are you doing? Is he over there chewing gum? I'm like, bro, why are you chewing gum?
They be so oblivious to the stuff that we knew to be aware of.
Yeah, and it's like 1:32 in the morning. Somewhere in between that time, I'm like, why are you standing out here? I'm like, you can get a curfew ticket, like anything. Like, you just standing out here. I'm like, hey, man. So I dropped him and his friend off. And then I tell him, like, if you leave, because I didn't want to lay into him in front of her. Yeah. Like, you know, our parents, they don't give a crap. They just be like, girls start blocking you the way your parents talk to you. Like, yeah, you a buster. Your dad, you know why I was talking to you? That's pretty much how it goes.
The way your dad was backing you on the ground.
And he hit you in the head with that hot sauce bottle. So I ended up letting him, I give him a lecture. I let him off the hook because it wasn't like I've never had this conversation with him before about if you leave, because he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, this is
right. This new for him.
Yeah, so this is like the first time it happened. So I told him, so moving forward, if he goes somewhere and then he leaves and goes somewhere else without getting permission or letting me know,
I'm tripping.
Now we got a problem. So I'm not going to just trip the first time.
Right.
And it wasn't that crazy of a situation because nothing happened. And it was just like, bro, why are you over here instead of in Norwalk?
Where you said it was, if I have to come and get you, if I have an emergency and I'm like heading somewhere or this and that. Yeah. And it's just like the logistics of things. Like kids really don't get the logistics and logic.
Right.
Like you don't know what thought process I go through to thinking of this or having to go through this. Mm-hmm. Like I showed y'all when I had to pick JJ up from Crenshaw Slauson at the gas station.
He just standing out there.
I was standing out. And see, this is why I have reservations about letting them do things.
Because they slow.
Because they didn't grow up like us.
They think everything is perfect.
And they don't really understand the evil that's in the world.
Dude.
Because they grew up so sheltered and so loved. So sometimes it's scary for me to know like JJ, Araya, Elijah, Brooklyn, they're out in the world because those are the teenagers in our world right now. You know, they all in between that range of 17 to like 19. And they're getting into like going into house parties and shit like that. And I understand because we were the knuckleheads.
Right.
I understand the knucklehead mentality and the behavior. And they going into the party to have fun. And sometimes you're gonna have the knuckleheads in God, I can't think of the word right now, but an element of we coming to this party up.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to prove a point.
Yeah, and I'm trying to prove a point.
I'm about to get my stripes tonight.
You know? Because unfortunately, Manny had to go with us if we was the ones doing it. And he's going to I'm going to party and have fun, and we're coming to cause chaos. Yeah. You know,
because we're sensitive to it because we were that element.
Exactly.
And so
so that's why when he was like, he was like, hey, you think? And I immediately was like, no, don't let my nephew go to no damn house party, bro. You know how house party. And I immediately go to that. And we have to stop and think like, okay, well, everything ain't like how we was as well. And like you said, if they surround themselves around certain people that's not into that, then it's like, okay, you can't expect that element to be everywhere they're going to be.
Right. Yeah.
But you just want them to be aware of if you see that come into the party.
Leave.
Know to leave. Don't let your pride and ego get the best of you. Like, I'm going to stay here, I'm fine. No.
Ain't worried about us.
You feel danger, leave. You feel uncertainty and unsafe, leave.
Call me.
Yeah, call me.
Call me. If it's about safety, call me.
Do we know?
Nah, that's why I didn't mention it, because I don't want to blow my cover.
Yeah, okay. Hey,
so look, how do you border the line of being overprotective? How do you be not that? What do they call that? That
helicopter parent.
Helicopter parent. Like, how do you not be that? Because I've heard, and I'm not trying to be negative, you know what I mean, but I've heard screams of mothers, you know what I mean, like that heartache scream, and that's always in our psyche. How do we not be? Because you do good with it. You do really good. You always be kind of lining me up like, dude, you got to let them live, man. Like, you doing too much of that. How do you border that overprotective line?
I just have trust in them. Like, I observe how they are and just the way they act.
I try to do my alley-oop right now. I thought he was gonna be like, I trust in God.
No, I trust in their behavior. Like they honest. Like they honest and they open, and they'll come to me and tell me everything. So I don't feel like they hide.
Allah Akbar.
I mean, God is protective of everything. Everything is written. Whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen. Yeah. God knows. All I can go off of is what I'm doing in the moment. Yeah, I don't know the final answer to everything.
Right.
God does know the final answer. I don't.
For sure.
So based on what gives me peace is the fact that they're honest. They're good kids. Mm-hmm. They don't really give us trouble. So I'm more open to letting them do things within the realms of my comfortability that they ask me about.
Right. That's a good one. The realms of your comfortability.
Yeah. If it's something I'm not comfortable with, it's a hard no. Yeah. Like sometimes I wouldn't let them go to certain people's house because I just didn't feel comfortable. Yeah. And I'm doing this to protect you. I'm not trying to be, I don't care if everybody's going. You're just not going. Yep. Mm-hmm. Or you can go, but you're not spending the night.
Right.
Like we're coming home.
Yep.
After.
That's a big difference with us too, though.
Yeah.
Like the spend the night stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing. Like when we was kids, it's
everybody. Yeah. Like, spend the night at everybody's house. Wake up. You don't know whose house you gonna wake up.
But now it's like, nah, like you're not spending the night. So you brought up a good point about being open. You know what I mean? Like, how open and vulnerable are y'all with y'all kids? You know what I mean? Like, how open are you? And I'm not saying, like, you have to talk about the past with your children, but are you open to the point where you're like, you know what? Communication-wise, like, you know what? I was wrong. I was tripping. Dad had a bad day. Are you that real with them? Or
I've never had it. No, I'm just playing.
That's always right.
I've never had a bad day.
Doesn't exist in my world.
Yeah.
No, I'm very open. The older Brooklyn gets, which is, that's my oldest, I'm more open with him because he's still my child, but he's becoming a man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm starting to look at him a little different because like he's not my baby no more. And he's a young man. And so I can't always talk to him as a boy.
Yeah.
Or like,
for sure.
You my son, you better shut up.
Have an opinion. Tell me how you feel. And I'm going to tell you.
I want him to be able to share things with me. And I want him to know I respect him as a man.
Yeah.
And I still love him as my son. But I understand that you're becoming a man and you're grown. You're not a little boy no more. So I'm starting to be a lot more open with him than what I used to be.
Yeah.
You know, a lot more. But I do explain to him like, man, my bad. I was having a rough day. You know, I was tripping. You know, like, sorry. Yeah. I'm not like, I don't let my pride or my ego get in the way of like apologizing to him if I know I was wrong. You know?
I think that's big time. I think that's because it's a good example to expose them to somebody being accountable to their emotions or their behavior. They're not perfect all the time.
Nah, heck no.
It's a lot of people in this world that don't have that lesson and don't want to be apologetic or accountable or responsible for any of their activities.
Yeah. It's hard for me to apologize about certain shit. I be like, I'm not sorry because I was wrong. Like, I'm not sorry I was wrong.
That rubbed off on me, and that thing got me in trouble so many times.
I was just wrong. I'm not sorry. I was wrong.
You want me to apologize if I'm not really sorry?
He's definitely ruined the Mother's Day for me. One day we set up and he was like, yeah, you don't got to do nothing for nothing. That ain't your mama. And I said, damn, he's right.
Yeah, see, he be having them.
But it's the truth.
And it's the truth. It is. And I started running with it.
No, but his kids, the thing about him is his kids is young, and I don't know why he took that approach. Kayla's older, Araya's older, and Elijah's older. So all three of them can collectively come up with something and relay it to me. If they don't have the funds to make it happen, and I can help them make it happen.
That's something you really believe, though. Like,
that's their mom. Y'all show her the most love that day. I'm gonna show her some appreciation.
That is a good point.
I'm gonna show her some appreciation. I appreciate her being the mom of my kids, but this day is for me to spend with my mom. My Mother's Day. That's what Mother's Day is about.
But y'all also know I overindulge in things sometimes.
Goddamn the hell?
Yeah. I turned into Kevin Samuels.
Yeah. You ain't my mama?
Ain't my mama.
That's y'all's mama.
Your kid 1 year old.
You better tell that little nigga get up and go buy you something.
Yeah.
Hey, so wait.
So this year, like, we got Francis got some stuff, but Kayla's gone. Araya was off.
So you made up for the kids being gone?
No, all I did was
celebrate.
No, all I did was I made her brunch. I made her brunch breakfast, and then after that, she left. Her and her mom went out and had dinner together. And I went to my parents' house, and we was there with my mom.
Yeah.
And then I came home. She came home.
Your mom's Mother's Day got to be crazy though.
Yeah, because you can't get personal time with it, so you have to join whatever's
going on. Yeah.
Because it's so many of us saying like, all right, I'm gonna go to breakfast with Manny or dinner with Manny, and everybody else.
Yeah. It has to be there.
Whatever happens, it has to happen together. Yeah. So
you still have a lot of energy left over for Francis.
You've been over there before. You burned a lot of energy over there, man. I was over there. I walked in the house.
It's a collective for your mom. That leaves a lot of leftover capabilities.
For you.
I went straight to grilling and
okay.
I walked into
But also he is the chef. I mean, but it's like everybody, 5 chefs. Everybody puts in the work. So it's an extravaganza.
Yeah, it was this crazy spread, man. I was like, we got fried chicken, we got barbecue, we got pineapple bowls with Benihana inside of it.
Like that kitchen? Like pineapple?
Yeah, like that pineapple bowl. Yeah.
It was so much stuff, man. I was like, spaghetti, pasta. I was like, it was about 50, 60 people over there too. So you already know.
Yeah. So wait. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
No, we don't really do that for Valentine's Day.
You don't do nothing for Valentine's Day?
No, we don't really.
Not really much. You guys do an anniversary.
Yeah, we do anniversary. We celebrate anniversary.
You usually go on trips.
Yeah.
Y'all be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to try to get you right there for Valentine's.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't go nowhere.
I got to make up for shit. I don't go on no trip.
Yeah, we don't do
that. Cake course on. Goddamn dog.
As a matter of fact, bring one in.
I don't go nowhere.
Yeah. So Valentine's Day, we don't fool with that either. Like we used to back
in the day.
Like the restaurants are super packed. It's hard to get a reservation.
Everything's rushed.
Yeah.
Everything is rushed. So I feel like on those days,
you get the worst kind of food.
You get the worst kind of service and food because
you mean like in the business.
In the business aspect of like Valentine's, you making reservations. You got to make reservations in December for February for anything that's popular.
And then the kitchen is trying to hurry up and get you out.
The kitchen is trying to hurry up and please everybody. So I feel like they're rushing because the restaurant is every table is full.
Yeah.
You know, every seat is packed. It's
and that energy goes into the food. Like however you feel, that
so
go into the food.
And then you got to imagine the people that's there, that's serving everybody.
They missing out their day.
They missing out on their Valentine's Day because they there serving somebody else. So not everybody is gonna come in with like the uppity, cheery attitude. Like I'm happy to be here. I want to serve people. You know, you have people that's happy to be there and happy to serve, but you're gonna get people that are like, man, I gotta be here because I gotta pay the bills. But like my Valentine's Day is ruined with my girl or my husband. You know what I'm saying? So I really not. I used to always make sure like Valentine's Day, like make reservations, take her here and all that. But now I'd rather take the Manny approach, and I'd rather like let's plan a trip and go somewhere.
Let's build up for something like a bigger thing.
Yeah, let's go somewhere versus
spending $800 in a restaurant.
Yeah, you getting flowers, candy, all that. You just spent $800-900 on the day when you could have just probably hopped on a plane and went somewhere. You feel me?
Okay, so because me and Ayanna are the same way now. Like when we were younger, we were like
all into
it. Like you know, like
as you get older, I think you just
like wait.
You like, what am I doing?
These flowers cost this much more because
and then tomorrow they cost $29.
I was just like, no.
This same bouquet costs it was $109 leading up until this day,
right?
And then the next day they $29.
So we kind of got into that, like, oh, this is not even a real thing, like these diamonds and roses and chocolates or whatever. But what I did this year, it kind of like I looked at it in a different way. Was like, oh shoot, I gotta be like not the Valentine's for Zaya, but I started like doing things for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, picking her up. I picked her up from school with some flowers, but just some grocery store flowers.
Yeah.
But it's a thought that counts.
But it's the thought, and like me and Ayanna, we kind of desensitized ourselves to Valentine's.
Yeah.
And if you could have seen Zaya's face when I brought her those flowers in front of everybody.
That's
crazy. Like I was like, damn, I've been tripping, dude. Like this stuff means something to
them.
her.
Yeah.
Because this is what they pushing in school. You know what I mean? Like this is a day they making cards and doing stuff. And I was like, oh shit, I've been slacking on my game. Another death.
No.
Hey, we got failures all across the place.
I started realizing that me and Monroe's mom was having a conversation about that, and I said I want to start doing stuff for her for Valentine's Day and stuff because it teaches them how a man should treat them. You know, you give them a great example of what to expect and what you should want from a man. Right. You know, and everything ain't got to be a standard. Yeah, that everything don't have to be materialistic either. Right. You know, like so. Like it's the thought that counts. That the fact that he thought about you, he cared enough to go here and do
whatever it is for you.
To do whatever it is for you, you know. So it don't have to be a Mercedes Benz or a $700 bouquet,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But if he got you your favorite food, got you a set of flowers, and you know he might have cleaned up a certain area for you, you know, just small things, from big things to small things. But it's like setting the standard for them to have some type of morals and respect for themselves and for the person that they dating.
Right. And stop using the social media barometer as what it means if like somebody loves you or not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, like that don't mean just because everybody is not going to have that type of money and everything, all the wealth that they flaunt on social media is most likely a lie.
Right. Yeah.
Like nobody really has a wealth. It's all marketing and everything. Right. Their market wealth. And these kids soak it up, and now they having toxic relationship after toxic relationship because they don't see their significant other or whatever their situation is living up to what they see on social media. Like, oh, you ain't got it because
false expectations.
Yeah. So,
I saw a study they just released. 75% of high-end goods are consumed by middle and lower class to poor.
So what that tell you?
Rich people ain't buying none of that stuff.
Buy none of that stuff.
Like, man, we don't need none of that.
They don't need none of that.
They getting paid off it too.
Yeah, they getting paid off of it.
Oh yeah, we got stock in that. You guys clean up.
Thanks for making me richer.
Yeah, I got stocks in Gucci and all that stuff.
You're making me richer, but it's not something that they see as something they need to obtain.
Right.
To have like social status of I'm rich.
Because I'm here.
I'm here.
I don't have
so I can put on, man, no.
So wait, you think it's like a little bit of overcompensation?
Absolutely.
Like we're like some people are overcompensating for what we don't have.
Yep.
And like trying to project like this
greater sense of success than they have. Yeah. People are doing that.
And also, I think social media plays a big role in that because you see, it's not even the rappers and stuff no more, like the artists and rappers and celebrities.
Influencers.
You see just like the influencers and stuff in these high-end brands, and you feel like, okay, look, like he got on this, that, and the third, and all the girls like him. So I gotta have that as well. You know what I'm saying?
That uniform.
I gotta have that uniform. Exactly.
No, that don't make
not knowing it's really his aura.
Yeah.
You know, like women are attracted to aura, masculinity. Like you can have on a Target T-shirt and some Target sweats, and you know,
everywhere I go, I aura farm.
Yeah, I bet.
You guys get some of this aura? Y'all feel it?
Need some?
Y'all feel it?
Need some?
All right, excess.
Blow it off your wire.
How you feeling now? For real machismo, huh? Shoot, man.
Hey, that shit is so funny. But you brought up a good point though about like, or somebody's about making somebody rich. Because there was a commercial, I don't know if it was on social media or if it was on TV, where these two dudes were like admiring their boss. And it was like, damn, that fool was driving a Porsche and he went on a cool little vacation. And they brought it up to him, like he brought it to his attention. And he was like, the boss was like, yeah, if you work just as hard as you did last year, I'll be able to go on 2 vacations this year.
Damn, that's a crazy perspective. So you basically working for him to make his life better. Yeah. And they don't do anything for the workers. That's why, I don't know, whatever's going on in America is not sustainable.
It's not.
Like back in the day when the middle...
What do you mean?
So back in the day when the middle class was thriving, the CEOs only made maybe like 25% more than the working force.
Right.
Now you got people making 10 or whatever the minimum wage is an hour, and the CEOs at the top are making 300 million, 400 million, 500 million. It's like, what do you need that much money for?
Like you see, you know, I sent it to y'all. I don't know if y'all checked it out, but Long Beach is under fire right now for some of they top guys, and I forgot what his position is, but in 2023 he was making $230,000, and right now he's at $336,000, and they were like, why in the hell did he get $100,000 increase in pay?
Has he done
like what has he done for him to get that much of an increase in pay? You know, so like you know, what Manny was saying, that it's not sustainable really anymore out here because the price of living
eggs
is so
$8.
Dude, I was talking to my homeboy's dad. We were at a retirement party.
Yeah,
and Gio. Hispanic. I think they might be mixed, but South American, right?
Right.
And his dad still has the accent to this day. He's probably like 70-something years old. And when he, like back in the day, middle class, a lower middle class, working his butt off to put like 3 kids through school or whatever, he said his first house that he bought, or his house that he bought, was $65,000.
Exactly.
$65,000. And you cannot tell me that ratio right now
is even comparable.
Comparable. And he said, I just bought a car.
It costs more than his house.
More than his house did.
Yeah. Like, it's not making sense. Like, prices are going up, but wages are staying right where they are. If wages raised at the same rate that inflation, everything would be fine.
Yeah.
So when you say it's not sustainable, do you mean, do you think they're going to change it for the better good?
No, it's just going to. I think it's going to just deteriorate. Middle class is going to be the uber rich, and the working class. We're going to be like India and China. Yeah. Eventually.
Is it no avoiding it?
I don't see how they can unless they put a cap on
We so in debt.
Unless they put the cap on the CEOs and like CEOs make X amount of dollars, and then they just start trickling all of those other extra millions down. And that turns into socialism. And America isn't a socialist country, so.
But we have some
forms of socialism. Yeah.
But so look at the black dollar. So now let's get to it.
Okay.
Let's look at the black dollar and consumerism, right?
Right.
So
number one consumer. High-end goods.
High-end goods, and even not like just all the way throughout. So we are all sitting here like thinking these CEOs is making way too much money. look at how much control we actually have, and it was just the aftermath of something we did. You know what I'm about to bring up?
No.
Target. You know they dropped their CEO pay?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the DEI boycott of Target.
Because we boycotted Target as a collective, not just us, but everybody together boycotted. They lost so many billions that they dropped his shit down, I think, almost 70%. CEO. But that was because of the action items, the actionable items of actually not supporting some shit.
Yeah.
Like, we do have
power, but will we come together to make a stand?
No. Anytime
like they made a stand against Target.
Did that.
Yeah, we did that. We made a stand against Target, but it's going to take more than us.
Yeah.
For this, because we're only 13% of the population.
But in business, 13% is everything. But with 13%,
if you have a 13% decrease in business over the year, heads are going to roll.
For sure.
Yeah.
13%
for sure.
is massive.
That's nasty.
13% is our population, but consumer percentage?
It's damn high.
We're like 80-90%, which is
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
So the fact that was just a overflow of what took place is like, oh shoot, we made them lose money, but also they corrected our, I don't want to say.
Did they brought it back?
No, I'm saying that they dropped the CEO. That was an aftermath of that. I'm not saying anything was corrected, but that was us taking a stance. Like, why don't we just take? I like saying like it's that easy. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's tough.
But why don't we take more stances on stuff that we feel is wrong? Because the power is with the numbers. Power is with the people.
I think it becomes with the pressure of like daily life, you know? Mm-hmm. Like when they was like, everybody don't go to the gas station, but then it's like, I gotta take my kid to school tomorrow.
Right.
I gotta go to work.
Right.
But we know in advance, like, all right, say May 30th is no gas day.
Right.
Everybody know that. Fill your gas tank up on the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, 28th, 29th. But do not go to take your ass to the gas. Man, I'm going to go to the gas station wherever I feel like it. It's like,
that's what I'm saying.
Why are we doing this? Like, let's stand for something. We got power. Let's use our power for something.
There's too many jesters in this world. You know, like, I don't care what y'all doing. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to do my own thing instead of running with the collective and making it benefit. It's because it's going to benefit you in the long run.
Right.
You know? If you miss that day of work, you just miss that day of work.
Yeah.
You know that day, that one day you missed of work in the near future might have you a $5-6 raise, $10 raise. You know what I'm saying? Because you stood on something.
Code, standing on code, having a code, and is it so? You talking about the gas day, this day? Is it that sometimes we jump too fast into like, hey, this is what we're doing before we get the collective agreement? Like, hey. Did we actually get this settled? Or are we just, hey, this day is what it's going to be. We're going to do this. Did you get buy-in from everybody? Like, where does that take place? Like, where does the buy-in happen? Or when does the process of it happen?
Sometimes the messaging be bad.
Yeah.
The messaging be bad. Like, they're like, that's what we're doing this for. And some people not with the message. They got to get the message right.
Yep.
And then deliver the message to where it resonates and it hits people where they're like, you know what, that makes sense and I'll stand with that. But sometimes they're like, oh, because this happened to this person, we're not going to go. Like, man, not everybody care about people like that. Yeah, and they're like, I don't care about that person. Like, why do I?
We don't be having the right understanding, you know? Like just like what Manny said, like, you don't understand, then it don't make sense to you. I'm not doing it.
Right.
That don't
help. It's not.
Yeah, how's that benefiting me? I don't, you know? And I think that's what happens. Like you said, we jump into it too fast. Mm-hmm. And the message is wrong. So you like, I'm cool. I'm not taking part in that.
Yeah.
You know, instead of like ahead of time, like you said, like June 15th, we not going, but like explain it now.
Right.
Like June 15th.
Great message. Have a great message.
Have a great message. We're not going to the gas station. This is why we're not going to the gas station. And this is why this is what not going to the gas station is going to do for us.
Oh, like give them itemized details.
Yeah.
Like if we don't go.
And if we do go, this is what's still going to continue to happen.
Exactly.
If we don't go, then these are the benefits of the people that will happen. These companies will lose
this amount of dollars.
Billions. And that's going to let them know, oh, these people aren't playing with us anymore.
Yep.
So we need to stop what we're doing and make sure we're thinking about them before we make these decisions that's affecting people's daily lives.
Right.
Yep.
Because now you got trucks, boats, and everybody not loading up and getting gas. And it's like, oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Another great example is that warehouse in Mexico. They fired that worker because I think she was late or something. Mm-hmm. It was something petty.
Yeah.
And they fired her and the whole entire warehouse left.
Really?
They was like, you really gonna fire her over that? Yeah. They have video footage of everybody stopped what they doing and walked out. It was like, we all quit.
What is it? Solidarity.
Yeah, solidarity.
Yeah.
Almost like a union.
And they immediately scrambled and was like, we want everybody back. No, we're going to give you more money.
Really?
Yeah, that whole entire world. And that's how we need to be as a group, as a unit. You know, it shouldn't just be Manny's fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, that's Manny's fight. I ain't getting involved in that.
Yeah, this is a fight for everybody.
It's a fight for everybody because, I got kids and I got to take care of my kids and pay my bills and feed my family too. But we can't just keep allowing to get mistreated. And if he's tired of being mistreated, like, we all need to be tired of it then.
Right. And we need to take into, like, take into consideration, like, that's me.
Yeah.
That's also me. Like,
that could be you next.
What they doing to him,
they gonna do to
you.
you.
To me next.
Yeah. You're not exempt. We all just numbers in this corporate world.
The mistreatment of you is the mistreatment of me.
Exactly.
Yep.
They'll bring me. All right, he's gone. Let's bring in Rios. All right. Rios did something. He's out. All right, let's bring in Trey. Like, it's just a cycle. Next man up.
There's a real relatable example of that within this streaming shit. Let's bring it up.
Yeah. Next man up. Shit.
Next man up for sure.
Yeah. No, come on.
Yeah. All right, you didn't cut it. Next one.
Yeah, next.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. But so if we can do that, how? So we got a lot of people saying that the rhetoric is voting doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter if I vote or whatever. It's not gonna get anything done. Do you think do you fall in that line, or do you have the understanding that, like, if we come as a collective and we demand, because if we could demand this from a business, we could demand this all throughout the platforms, all throughout. If we stand for this, like, no, if you don't do this for us, we're not going to do this. Is that real, or do you? I
feel like people take voting
only serious. Looking at Manny. But I'm asking questions.
No, you good. You good.
My bad.
They only take voting serious when it's time to vote for the president. That's the only time most people take, like, these
local.
Yeah, these locals are the most important. That's the most important election to have, because that's directly affecting your daily
life,
your district, because you got your district assembly members and councilmen, the mayor, aldermen, and all that. Like, all that stuff matters. So people don't vote for that, and the people who vote for in those elections are the people that really knows, like, how to work the system. So they like, all right, we're gonna get these people in.
What is one of the biggest complaints of, like, the citizens of, like, Los Angeles County? Not Los, like, the county.
Parking taxes.
Homeless people?
Parking.
Homeless for sure.
What's the number one though? Where it makes you like, it's not affordable. I can't live here.
Housing.
Raising the rent.
Yeah. And we
lose every year.
We voted.
Y'all worried about Trump and Biden.
And don't even pay attention to the initiatives.
Not paying attention to being able to stop these landlords from raising the rent because they woke up today and they wanted more money.
Yeah. Let's get more people in here.
It's like, bruh, like, stop. Who care? I don't care about who's going to be the president, because
they going to do their stuff.
They going to do whatever. They puppets anyway, in my opinion. And, they are just front runners. They put them in the front, and you say what I want you to say and do what I want you to do. The more important stuff is what's happening in your city, in the inner city. Those are the laws we need to study and vote on. Like, we allow them to raise the rent, to raise property tax, to
not cost of living though.
Yeah. Like parking tickets.
Yeah.
Parking tickets is $70 now.
Right.
And it
used to be $25.
And they put speeding cameras all over the place and traffic cameras. Like, nobody asked for that. That's just a way to prey on your community and make them pay more money that they don't have. Like, just get the police out there and pull you over for speeding, and that's that. Not just, all right, it's a camera right here. All right, we got you speeding. Here come a $500 ticket for something that nobody saw you do.
Right. And they're not paying that cop or that person that salary to be out there. Like, that's what I think people ain't really tripping off of right now is the lack of the need for manpower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that
they're letting AI take over everything.
They let AI take over
everything.
And I'm not somebody that's completely against police officers.
I'm not either. They need it.
I'm not gonna. There are some horrible ones, but not all of them are horrible. But
come with the territory.
They are not seeing that their jobs are about to be
obsolete.
I don't think so. Crime, it's always gonna be crime. So you don't need them.
When was the last time you seen a car park, a police car park for
speeding?
For speeding.
Besides highway patrol,
I don't know.
They don't have to do it no more. Like they have it set up to where now they have it figured out to where like the manpower.
But sometimes I know these departments will have like a day. They're like, all right, today we're doing speed.
But why are they doing that?
Because they just want to do a sweep and get some money.
They got to get a quota.
Yeah.
I got to make
so they set up every so many quarters. They set up these little checkpoints.
Robots. We ain't never got to meet a quota. We meet it every day.
We got these cameras and these robots.
Like. It may hurt the patrol officers as far as the traffic officers.
Some portion of
it may lower down the percentage of traffic officers, but you're still going to have patrol.
You would think like, okay, we're going to implement these robots and these cameras in so they can focus more on the crime aspect of what's going on, but they don't. And I think eventually they're going to weed them out.
Right.
Like, we don't really need
tracking your movement. They're just tracking your movement.
Yeah, they see everything. It's like eye in the sky. We see you here. You went to the store. We see you in the parking lot. We see you on the street lights. We see you.
Morons, because y'all got all these cameras and these drones and this technology, and we still having fucking high speed chases with crashes ending in horrific. You seen that just recently?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, stop having officers chase people in public. Like, let's send a drone and let the drone follow the person or the helicopter. And whenever the car stops, whatever agency, whatever city is, like, all right, this guy's right here.
Right.
The helicopter's still overhead looking and see him running, doing everything. All right, he went in that White House right there. So y'all going to protect the public.
To get active
when the chase is over or when the car stops. Stop chasing them through the community.
Because 9 times out of 10, you're not chasing them to stop them from committing a crime. They already committed the crime.
Yeah.
They're running from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not like you run after him like, let me stop him before he go get to this bank. Like, he already got to the bank.
The bank been robbed, brother.
Yeah, he got the money. Okay, let's see where they're going.
Shot and whoever, you know what I'm saying?
You're not being proactive. This is reactive.
You're not stopping
nothing.
What are you preventing?
And you putting the public in danger, like people getting hit.
I just saw a horrific crash, a police chase, and like a mother, kids, everything died. It was like 4 or 5 people they said died. Yeah, just recently. Like just the other day. And it's like, bro, what happened to that law where they said they not doing that no more? I thought they passed the law.
Some cities stopped chasing, like they won't chase, they won't pursue. Other cities are still cowboying.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, stop cowboying. Just because you endangering the public with this stuff.
But that's the negligence of it. Like I feel like.
And then there's no accountability. Like, all right, we'll give this family a check, and we're gonna still keep doing it. And because it's not really affecting. Like, if they start making that money come out of like maybe the pension fund for police, then they'll like, all right, now we got to stop. But it's just taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
Oh, your kid got killed in a police chase. Here goes a check.
Right.
That's
it's not out of the
it's just money from us. Like, we're subsidizing their recklessness by paying for these lawsuits.
But that's everything though.
Yeah.
We subsidize every negative thing that goes on. It is really funded by us.
Taxpayers.
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah.
You can put up a profile picture all you want.
Yeah.
But guess what? Every check that you
it's coming from them.
Like, no, you funded that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you might want to put a profile picture up and fight against it, but guess what you're doing?
Paying for it. Every time you file your taxes or pay for anything, you funding whatever is happening, because the money ain't coming from nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we funding it. We funding everything.
All this BS.
So how do y'all feel about Trump receive, like, I don't know if I'm saying it right, receiving gifts like the Qatar jet, the $400 million jet. Is that a dangerous thing to y'all? Like,
hell yeah, that's dangerous. You're not supposed to receive foreign gifts because they're forms of bribery. So he's getting a plane for the most important, powerful person in the world from a foreign country that used to be an adversary.
I was gonna say we've been at odds with.
Yeah, they used to be an adversary. So now
and you trust coolness with them is not coolness.
Yeah, it's like it's what you doing for me. Yeah, what you do for me, I do something for you.
Yeah.
So now you on a plane. We don't know what type of booby traps they got in there, and who's gonna have to go through that plane and sweep it and make sure there's nothing in there to where, like, you know what?
Aircraft mechanics.
Let's get these. Let's get the president of the U.S. out of here. Because they say it's a gift for the U.S. government, but it's not.
It's for him.
Air Force One is Air Force One, and it's American made with the specs for whoever's in charge of it, the generals, and I don't know who all.
You've had a horrible year with FAA.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get in this foreign plane. So you get in this foreign plane, and you don't know what buttons they got in there to just make that thing just like
Even if it's not that, if it's not that, a gift to the president. Like, imagine if you were going to court, and you go into court for a certain reason, and you know that the judge has been receiving gifts for
the person you
for the plaintiff or the defense, like the opposite of what you are. You know that they've been receiving gifts.
Yeah.
From them. If judges.
No, I've been through that.
And if they can't receive shit, why is he able?
I was just telling the homies just last night. I was like, bro, when we went through what we went through for an appeal, we went in for an appeal, and the judge told us as soon as we walked in, my mind's made up already. I don't care what none of y'all lawyers say. My mind's made up already, but y'all can say what y'all want. And
you just going through with it right here.
Yeah. My lawyer was like, I told you they greasing their pockets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think he should have accepted that,
But what Trump does, he does stuff in plain sight.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be a crook right in plain sight.
Y'all going to see it.
Y'all going to see it. And it's not like I'm hiding. I didn't hide it. Like, if somebody's doing it behind the closed doors, then it looks more iffy and suspect. But he's like, hey, they want to give us a plane. It's a great plane for the United States of America. It's a lot better than this old scrap metal that we have. Why not take it? Yeah. And then they like, yeah, why not? Like, because it's illegal.
Is it like, but are we in need? Are we really in need of a plane that bad to where we need a gift of a plane?
Nah, this is
Boeing.
Yeah,
but he's Trump, man. You know,
he's like, why would we spend $800 million on a plane when we could just get this $400 million? He's like, what's this?
That's the businessman in him. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, if you looking at dollars, and that's if that's how things work, then great deal. But that's not how it worked with government. Like if it was a personal business, somebody offered us a $400 million plane. We'll take it. Yeah. Qatar, if y'all want to give us a $400 million plane.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't know what you want from us, but whatever you want, we probably can make it happen.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It just is scary. Like, it's scary, like what's happening right now. Like, our everyday. What we see on the everyday basis, it's surprising to me. Like I don't think that I could be surprised again tomorrow.
Until you are.
Yep. And something will happen and you'll be like, holy smokes.
Wait, what?
Like, why did that just happen? Okay, and just like the thing with him, so he wasn't supposed to salute them?
No. Yeah, salute the general.
So explain that to me.
Because I've seen it and I saw everybody going nuts.
You saying what's up to
yeah, I see people going nuts.
Nice greet.
The commander-in-chief of the American Army, you don't salute anybody but your army.
Wait. You don't salute anybody, but I thought I've seen them in foreign countries.
A general can salute another general,
but that's
I believe
right.
I will have to. I don't know about that. I got to figure that out. I think they do because they have joint operations. So if the U.S. is working with Britain.
I know you get a lot of your military information from Suave.
Will should know.
Yeah.
Let's ask Will.
He definitely would know. I think they do like other militaries. Like if the American...
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, but not the president. Hands. A president is supposed to salute another foreign military.
General? Military?
Yeah. The president don't do... You only salute your troops. Yeah. You don't salute foreign... Like if that guy came up to you and saluted you... That's it. You don't salute them back because that's not your military.
Yeah, and
and it's showing that you like recognizing them as equal to your power or whatever by saluting them.
Okay.
And it's just something you're not supposed to do.
Y'all got to check her out on TikTok. Her name is Chewbacca. And
I know.
I know Chewbacca. I know a few Chewies. No, a few.
This is not that kind of podcast.
No Chewies. No Chewies.
Not on the Syndicate.
But she's dope, and she be breaking Chewbacca. Her name is Chewbacca. I don't know her IG. I follow her on TikTok. I'm gonna send it to y'all. I'm gonna send it to y'all. And she was talking about it and talking about how upset everybody was about him saluting them, but they was like something about like you couldn't salute your own troops because they're dead, but you salute them. Oh, okay. And I was like, what? Wait, what did he do wrong? Like,
because
I didn't know that. You know,
it'd be a lot of things that we don't, because we don't really have a military background, but it'd be a lot of things that there's protocol standards or whatever for. But I'm just. Is it that big of a deal?
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
So if Barack Obama would have done that,
oh man, impeach him
for sure. They would have got him up out of here.
Obama would have did
that same day. He'd have been gone.
Do y'all remember when he wore the wrong color suit or something?
They ain't even a wrong color suit. They was just mad at him for wearing a tan suit.
Yeah.
And then when he shook,
it was all over the news.
It was all what
he shook Raul Castro's hand, they laid into him.
Yeah, they did.
Because they were at I forgot if it was somebody's funeral, but all the world leaders was there. And he shook Raul Castro's hands. I look at him shaking a communist president's hand, and like, but they didn't say nothing when Trump went and saw Kim Jong Un when he had
love letters.
Yeah, when he had and we went to go see Putin. Like, like the selective rage. I don't like that. Like, just be fair across the board. If you
we're gonna be mad, we're
criticize him, criticize everybody.
All of them the same
like,
way.
let's not cheerlead for whoever your color is. If you red, I don't see any wrong. If you blue, everything is wrong. If you blue, I don't see no wrong. But if you red, I see all wrong. Like, nah, just be fair and stop. Because that's why the country's so divided, because you just cheer for your own team.
Right.
Instead of for what's right, what's wrong, and what's the Constitution. So, I don't know, man. They just got to knock it off, and be more down the middle and stop just cheering for your team.
What do you think is rooted in? What do you think is based in?
Tribalism. That's it. It's all tribalism. Democrats go, if you blue, you blue. If you, and they go cheer everything blue unless it's some type of crazy woke scandal that they don't want to be a part of. And if it's red, just go. They cheering for it. There ain't no wrong.
But I think what Trump has is something I ain't seen before.
Yeah, he got a coat. This is like coat.
I ain't seen that before. Like we try to like we make light of stuff and we laugh and like joke whatever. And I'm not saying that he directly told people for January 6th, but if you just think about the concept of what happened January 6th.
Yeah, we've never seen. My mom was blown watching that on TV.
If you think about the concept, like the base, the foundation of what happened January 6th.
His influence and power of control.
That has the influence to make
somebody go attack the Capitol building in D.C.
Make white people do anything.
Yeah.
I think the only other person that has that type of control and power over people would be Beyonce. The Beehive will attack anything and anybody.
Speaking of what she's been doing, like that's
other than that, I don't see nobody.
Dude, I've never seen just a blind. What is that called? Blind
loyalty.
Yeah.
Blind loyalty to somebody, and he went into the presidency saying it. Like, I could shoot
somebody in Times Square and nobody would blink an eye.
Blink an eye. He had an understanding of that. And it's only just proven itself to be true.
Yeah. Yeah. He knows people and he know how to work them.
He do.
And I'm going to just do whatever I want to do right in plain sight.
He's a master at it.
I'm going to do right what I want to do in plain sight, and ain't nobody going to say nothing because I'm not hiding it. I'm being straightforward, which I'm not acting like I'm one way and then behind the scenes doing something else. I'm doing exactly what I say right in front of your face.
And I know it might be wrong, but that was one of the reasons why I chose him over the other, because I respect somebody saying F me to my face than smiling in my face and then saying F me behind my back. Yeah. You know? At least he gonna show you who he is.
Yeah, at least I know how to defend myself.
Yeah, I know how to defend. I know what I'm dealing with and I know how I'm, interact. Instead of somebody that's gonna sit up there and be like, you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then you don't do nothing for our people, not one thing, So that's kind of why I agree with Trump over the other, but
there was a lot of things that he said that people that
align with.
You know what I mean? Like he did make valid points, some good points about stuff. But the funny stuff is the people who voted against their own interests.
Yeah, now all the people getting deported and all that stuff. Like y'all crazy.
I'm trying not to laugh.
Yeah,
I really do try hard not to laugh. But some of the shit be like, hey, what did you expect? You was playing with a pit bull.
Yep.
And he mean what he say. If he say he gonna get people up out of here and you voting for him thinking you good, like you crazy. He don't see your vote.
Yeah,
he see you as a illegal and you out of here.
What do you think about the South African
the
white?
So
and they keep saying it too.
Yeah.
White South
Afrikaners.
So it's crazy. They are 7% of the population over there, but control over 70% of the farming over there. On top of that, Trump weird ass called it a genocide.
Yeah.
Only 20 farmers have been attacked. A few have been unalived. That's not a fucking genocide.
That's definitely not.
They are weak and they are cowards and they ran over here
to be safe. Men too.
It was grown men.
Usually when
it'd be women and children.
Yeah, it was grown men.
Smiling.
And they about to get all kind of benefits, housing.
They're cowards, bro.
All kind of stuff, man.
They're cowards. Y'all 7%, y'all run over 70%. And just because a few of y'all got attacked and a few of y'all got unalive, y'all ran.
Right.
And we don't even know the context of why that even happened.
Exactly. We don't know why y'all was getting attacked.
Exactly. We don't know what y'all did. Y'all could have escalated the whole situation. And
this has been going on from like since 1913 to like now.
Yeah, because Nelson Mandela was the whole...
Y'all been running the show and stealing and murdering, Africans and everything, South Africans and everything.
And now they taking their land back and doing their...
And now they taking their land back and
yeah.
And the land that they taking, I heard...
Like Crimea River or Crimea River? Like,
yeah.
They just getting back what they had.
What was theirs? Yeah. And I heard the land that they saying that they're giving back to the black or Africans.
Yeah,
is because it's just land that nobody's been abandoned.
Yeah,
they're not like saying, "Hey, get off here. That's not your land anymore. We're giving it to Trey."
No,
it's just abandoned land that nobody's been farmed, and they're like, "All right, go ahead, y'all, you got it." So they making a big fuss about nothing's not like what's happening in other parts of the world where you got certain people.
Real genocide.
Yeah, taking people.
Long
taking
time.
people out of their houses and just like, you know what, this is my house now.
Y'all crying about 20 people. Can.
Yeah.
That's because, and the funny thing is he called African a shithole country. And he was like, why don't we, remember when he was like, why don't we bring in more white, why don't we bring in more white immigrants? And he's doing it.
Yeah.
He says it and he does it.
We got the Ukrainians. Now we got the white Africans.
White South Africans.
We'll see what's next.
We'll see what's next. And then, how are you guys up on Ibrahim Traore?
The ruler from
Faso?
Yeah, he's kicking France out of the country and taking back all they.
I've been tuned in.
Taking all their resources.
One of the fans has sent me some stuff, and I've been like slowly but surely updating myself on. He was born in 1988. He's only 36.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, he looked young. You see him?
He looked young. I didn't know that though.
Yeah,
he looked young.
We said 1988. That's just like
that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's not a baby, but
he's young.
He's young.
As far as a leader, as far as a leader,
36 and
that explains a lot.
Senegal and like
everything all coming together and like we go, and it was like they was trying to have like some puppets coming in. Like, nah, we're not doing none of that.
Yeah,
we're not doing none of that. And that's how you got to be, man. You got to take control of your country and your people and have your best interests in mind, not the best interests of these people that's been leeching off of these countries, taking their resources, getting rich, and now all our citizens around here, poor as hell.
Poor as hell. Haven't elevated at all. Not even education.
It makes no sense.
Not even infrastructure, like nothing.
Africa is the richest country on the planet and has the poorest people.
Yeah, the richest country for sure, yeah.
Make it make sense, bro. Like
all the resources come out of there.
Every resource comes from
diamonds,
Africa. And the most expensive resources on the planet come from there.
Yeah, and all that stuff to make these Tesla batteries and stuff. All that stuff come out of there. Yeah.
The other thing is not even just that the resources come out of there; it's the unsafe practices
that we harvest the resources from the land.
Them people be in there with no mask on.
Yeah.
No shoes.
Mining.
And
lithium, that shit is horrible to like.
And then they don't bring light to the communities and areas that are wealthy and do live well, you know, because they want you to believe like Africa is just this poor country that everybody's, you know, bamboo sticks and living in the wild and shit.
Yeah.
And they have beautiful communities with giant houses and they drive around in Lamborghinis and, you know, stuff like that too. I'm about to get dual citizenship. Don't trip.
Ibrahim, here I come.
I'm coming,
Send for us. Send for us.
Yeah,
So he sat down with Putin.
Yeah.
You know, like, and the other thing is people are like, oh, he kicked out France, he's bringing in Russia. You know what I mean? Like, he's not bringing in Russia to do
what France was doing.
He said to help with infrastructure, to build, not to own the mining rights and this.
Yeah.
Like, so it's interesting to see what's going to take place. 18 attempts on his life. 18. They just caught the U.S.
spy or whatever
that was in there. You know what I mean? They tried to bribe his homeboy to take his life. So watching this play out is going to be very interesting.
You think he'll make it? Because you've been good with your predictions on.
I think he is going to make it because I think right now it's beneficial for him to be where he's at because they're going to eventually what they do is they let you build up some shit.
And then they snap. Now it's all here and we get you out of the way. We put our puppet in. We put our puppet in. And then
you do the grunt work. They did it with Sin Cara. You know what I mean? That was there prior to the guy that was there before. You know what I mean? Like, and he was pretty much on the same thing Ibrahim is on. I think I'm being disrespectful saying president.
Yeah.
President Traore.
Right.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah. He's a president, so call him president.
So he was pretty much on the same thing that he was doing. He was aligning stuff, but then the guy that came in behind him was super dirty, lining up with France, giving him basically everything. Like,
y'all come in here, just line my pockets, and then y'all do whatever y'all want with the resources, whatever. As long as my pockets in line, I don't care. You don't have to get running water, electricity, internet, or nothing in here. Just do you.
And there's always going to be those people.
Yeah. I haven't heard too much lately, but I was tripping, like, what was that, like 2 years ago? When China was investing so much money in Africa. They gave him like $480 million one time, 200 and like something. I'm like, what's going on to, you know?
They are seeing, so what they, like, this is going to sound ignorant, or it might not sound the right way, but China saw where everybody else went wrong, right? Like they said, like, oh, you were basically just giving them welfare. You know what I mean? Welfare don't help. You know what I mean? It just keeps you in
the same spot.
Same spot. Yeah. So China basically is like, oh, okay, we're going to be the welfare, but we're also going to build up your hospitals, your infrastructure. Like, look how much better we are than them. But you don't got to be much better to look better than what we've
been doing.
Right.
We've been feeding you off a truck, it's like food out there.
But I'm out here building roads, putting power plants out here.
So that looks like everything.
Yeah. It's like, let me turn you into a superpower and then I have you under my wing. It's like creating a Hulk and then having him at your beck and call.
Right.
You know?
It's exactly it. And it's just, I be telling people this all the time. Like, I don't know what 6 months from now looks like. I've never really been at that place until like COVID and all that stuff. Like, I was kind of pretty sure what was on my job is going to be here. This is going to be this and this is how stuff. The way things are operating now, the next 6 months can look completely different than what our life is right now.
Yeah, they saying gas out here will be $8 in the next by June.
By June, yep. They said because
they
power plant is shutting down.
Gas station. Phillips is leaving LA. I don't know where it's at. It might be in Carson.
$8.40.
They're shutting it down. Shutting it down.
It's $8.40 a gallon.
So gas could be $8 start next.
I need to get an e-bike.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm gonna get an e-skateboard.
One of them. What's some things the kids used to have? No, not the Hillies. The little boards. They're hoverboards.
Oh, hoverboards.
Yeah.
Stuff is going crazy right now.
I guess I'm a channel my name, Fred Flintstone. I'll be up under the car, kicking like a mug.
Feet gonna be hard as hell.
What you been doing today? I'll push the car down the street.
So what I always do, I go to Skyline Drive. I start there, so I just get momentum and just coast all the way to where I need to go.
Dude, shit.
By August, will be sitting here, my thighs gonna be looking like Flacco's, but muscle. Like, golly.
Speaking of that, not Flacco, but about working out. You've been working out consistently,
yes, sir,
for a while now.
Yeah,
we've always been the workout people.
Right.
We've always been me, not so much no more, but I need to get back into it.
Yes, you do.
How do you?
Not a shot, but as we getting older.
It's more important now than it was back then.
It is.
You know?
And you guys have been telling me, been pushing that I need to do that. But I did want to ask you, how do you feel? How does it feel getting back to what the norm is for us, or was for you, like working out and being active? And
it feels good, to be honest. Like, it makes me feel good. I feel accomplished. I feel like mentally clear.
Okay.
You know, and physically I feel stronger because, you know, like you start hitting the age that we hitting and things change.
Yeah.
A lot of things change, you know.
Check
like
engine lights start coming on.
The check engine lights start coming on and going off. And at this point, I want mine to stay off for a while, you know, because they was blinking. Several was blinking, you know. So, it builds a strong mentality because it's not easy to get up and go work out every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. And if you can do it consistently, you'll build other good habits.
Yeah.
It builds a habit of being mentally strong and being consistent. And if you then you can take that and start putting that in other areas of your life, you know, and having discipline. Because I understand and I know, like, okay, I have to go work out with Sid and Manny today, you know? And I know I can't just eat this. I can't just drink this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get yelled at. Or I'm not. Yeah, it makes me hold myself accountable, you know? And like, he be on me. Like, you go do your cardio today?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or I go in there and if say we doing sets of 15 and I do 14, you're going to be like, nigga, you did 14. You owe one. Like, all right, you know? And I might talk mess out of, you know, love and laughter is fun.
Just out of camaraderie.
Yeah, out of camaraderie, but I'm going to go sit down and do it because he told me to do it, and I know I need to do it, you know, so it keeps me on my toes. So I'm happy to be back in this space to where I'm working out, and it makes you more confident, you know, as, you know, like.
Yeah.
You just look better, you feel good.
You feel better, you look better, you more confident in your appearance and how you talk to people and, you know, your approach to things. And then
standing taller, chest, like just
right.
And
just in a situation to where if I feel like I need to protect my children,
you feel like your abilities is
my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm capable of doing it to the best of my ability. That's a big thing for me. You know that's
always been.
I always want to be the one to protect. I've been overprotected.
I just seen it happen.
It just happened
Saturday.
Just happened Saturday. It literally just happened Saturday.
I'm like,
if it wasn't for his big ass arm and shoulder,
I'm like, bro, like,
oh boy, would have been in the netherworld right where now.
Oh shoot, Ayana was just talking about how proud like we are of you. Like you gonna be like, just she was at JJ's prom. You know what I mean? Like just like I'm so proud of. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, you know, and I love and appreciate y'all for that deeply. But, you know, it's just in those situations, you want to be confident in a lot of different areas. And I feel like working out, having a strict diet, you know, like maintaining, and like you said, having accountability for yourself, and it builds up your confidence to where like, okay, I know I can go do this. I know I can knock this out today. Like if I can get through this workout, I can get through this. Yeah. You know, if I can get through this workout, I can mentally get through this. Mm-hmm. You know, so
especially with said.
Yeah, because the workouts aren't normal.
It's not normal whatsoever. Whatsoever. Like there's nothing normal about working out. We said two of your co-hosts came recently, and Jay and I ain't seen them since. They said they was gonna come back. They barely heard from them? They barely. I don't think they I don't think they my friend anymore. You know,
they blocked them on social media.
Yeah, you know, because it's brutal. But if you can get through that, you can get through anything. You feel me? You can get through anything.
But you've added another. I always talk about y'all on the A.M. Wake Up Show. Always like proud of what you guys are doing. Not just that. You guys are making content. It's the kind of content that you guys are making. Yeah. You're healthy. You're teaching people how to cook, how to be more efficient, how to be better at something. It's not just garbage content. You know what I mean? Let me not say garbage. It's not just entertainment. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're doing the same. So I was going to say, like,
life skills.
You've added a different element to it.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be doing something or to be exposing something to people that may not know or may not have the skills, but they get to watch your page and be like, oh, shoot, I need to add this to it. Like, have you thought about that? Like, actually helping people?
It's challenging, but it feels good. Okay. Because I do get people that tune in like, hey, bro, I tried to get through this workout and I couldn't get through it.
Right.
Y'all some monsters. Or I get a few people all the time. They be like, hey, bro, y'all motivated me to get up off the couch. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching you and Manny right now. I'm headed to the gym. I feel better now. Like, I was up 20, 30 pounds and da-da-da-da-da. One of my guys that be tuned in just hit me like recently and was like, secretly, he was like, I ain't told you, but I've been watching since you started, but I've got on my workout journey and I'm down 30 pounds.
That's what's up.
And he was like, I'm down 30 pounds. And he said, every time y'all go live, it gives me the motivation to keep going. So it'd be days
so
like,
when we don't go live, it's because this guy didn't charge his stuff up. Or he thought it was in the car and it wasn't in there. Hey, so we don't go live.
Oh, shit.
We be working out. They be like, hey, Trey, why your phone doing this? My gimbal done died. I'm like, oops.
So even if you ain't live, we still in there working out.
Yeah, we still in there every day.
Unless it's a day where he's actually got something to do and he may not be there, or maybe I might not be there, or Seth may not even be there, but we all working out every day still. So,
and I enjoy it because just like how I look at this, I was going to say earlier, it's creating a safe place for people, Right. It's a safe place for people that want to get in the gym content or want to, and if you not there yet, they watch us and they like, man, you know what? I'm about to get up and go do that. I'm motivated now, and it's motivating people. A lot of people hit us and be like, I'm motivated. Thanks for motivating me.
You activate
me, man. Yeah. So,
and we're just ordinary people. It's not like we're super bodybuilders and that.
Yeah, we just ordinary.
Dads just working out at the gym.
Right.
Having fun.
You need to start working out every day. Like, and that is due to...
You want me the picture I sent to you when you was working out? You want to see that picture? How you used to look when you was really into working out? The one where you're flexing. No,
I'm talking about how you guys activated me to be working out every day right now.
Yeah. You think we can get that reels back?
Yeah, for sure.
That was Super Soldier reels.
For sure.
You think we think we can get that reels? Do you think we can
That's
get that reels?
That's when he introduced me to the burpee pyramid. I didn't know what that was.
The burpee pyramid?
Yeah.
What was we doing?
You set the timer.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, oh, you probably gonna think it's nothing when you do this. He's like, but why when you get to the 8-minute mark, he's like, then you gonna have a problem. I was like, yeah, man, you're right.
It's because the reason why I think I can get back there is because I'm obsessive about shit. Like if I get back to it, I know I'm gonna be obsessive about it again. Yeah. I really do want to get back to it. I have this stuff. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm telling myself that right now. It might be capped, but I do want to. But look, Slim was...
He caught that.
Slim was over here just yesterday, right? And he was like, the nigga told me, he's like, yeah, man, I've been looking, and it like kind of caught me off guard because I didn't know he was going there. He was like, I've been watching you in the morning. He was talking about some healthy kind of stuff. Yeah. He's like, you've been looking whooped. You know what I mean? I was like, he's like, I see you. I pay attention every morning. Some days I see that your eyes are dry or this and that. He's like, you're not drinking water. He said, you're not prepping yourself to be the best you can be. He said, you're doing a good job what you're doing, but
you're killing yourself.
You're working yourself into a, you know how I was getting sick. Yeah. And I was like, damn, you know what? You're right. I gotta program. You gotta program better. Like, start programming your shit better and being proactive. And so that's what I want to do, and I'm going to do that. But I wanted to say, like, damn, did you guys ever think we was going to get to a place where, I know me, I didn't. Like, that we would be motivating people or inspiring people to do good shit in life?
Nah, not really. I could
have seen you.
I definitely can see that for him. Definitely not for me.
Dude, like...
Not in no way, shape, form, or fashion. But it's crazy, like, I've always had like deep conversations and talked to people and motivated people like on the low. But it was just like my inner circle. You know what I'm saying? Like people that personally know me, that I personally know, you know, we had, and they like, damn, thank you. That helped me. But I never saw it as far as like this.
On the mass level,
Not me, especially not me. Him, I could see it.
Like, and even just your soberness, like you being sober, I could just see that just motivating, inspiring people. Right. But I never saw us being at a point where we are, where even if it's one person, even if it's just two people that's like, damn, you did something that made me do this. It's reassuring to let us know that God is working in our life, but also like, damn, everybody is important. Everybody's somebody. Like there's a point in time where people look at me or look at you and be like, throw that nigga behind bars or just like
straight up.
Like, what is he doing out?
Yeah. More so
even us.
Seriously.
What?
I said more so you than him throwing behind bars. Like I personally wanted to arrest you. Like I gotta play. This guy needs to be locked up for at least the rest of the night.
Hey. For sure.
But look, even that guy is important enough for God to work on to be what we
are now. Today, If without him, you wouldn't be who you are now.
And so I'm starting to see in other people, like I'm starting to be more, I don't know if this is forgiving or more understanding.
That's crazy you said that.
In their elements, whatever they're like, I would have felt like they was wrong. I'm like being more understanding of it because of where I am now. You know what I mean? Like, damn, it's not over for you. Back in the day, I used to always be like,
it's a wrap. Stick a fork in him. He's done.
Yeah, like, it don't matter what I do to you. Because you ain't going to be anything anyway.
Right.
But I was really talking about myself also. Yeah. But now I'm like more
hopeful for these people. Hopeful. It's more hopeful about people.
Definitely, it's both. It's hopeful and forgiving. Like
I see there's hope. This isn't the end of the road for you. Yeah. Whatever you got going on, like there's still room for you to become a better person
and grow.
Stop whatever your demons are and move into becoming a better person. Like there's always room for growth in people. Nobody's just spoiled milk and you got to throw in the trash. Yeah.
That's crazy you said that because the same thing has like recently for me, and I'm quick to be like, I don't judge. But I would be like, that person is, it's over for them.
Yeah.
Like you a piece of trash. Like, or that was some coward shit. What you do that, But
and you
now
were big on your standard. Like, if I don't see you operate like this, it's a
no for me.
It's a no. Yeah.
And you a buster. But now I'm starting to like look at things and like, you know what? Like, you don't know what they went through. You don't know what they're personally going through at this moment.
Right.
Like you don't know what made them make that decision. So don't be so quick to just judge.
Exactly.
Because and give them a chance. Because like Manny said, like you could change. Like you could be a whole different person this time next year.
Right.
You can be a scumbag, whatever this time this year, next year.
Based on circumstances too.
Based on your circumstances and what's going on. And then next year you can be a totally different person.
Like, damn, what?
And I was just hanging you from a rope because you was in this moment. And you also,
I judge you at your worst.
Yeah.
When you were at your worst.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you got to think about what about when I was
at my worst.
At my worst.
And that's what.
And I was, and all the people that didn't give up on me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Didn't turn their back on me. So it's like you can't do that to somebody else. Like the only type of people that don't get that type of pass still though is that you touch kids and you the R word. Right. You never getting that type of pass. Like, I don't care.
Right. And also add to that. That's our 2, but there's 3. I can't stand people that are bad to old people.
Oh yeah.
In the nursing homes.
Taking advantage of it.
Like how can because really older people turn into just children.
Right.
Like
real talk. They do.
And we're all going to be that old person. If we're lucky.
Yeah, if we're lucky, we're going to be that old person.
It's just a full circle. Like you really like to me, I feel like that old person is just a child. They can't even protect themselves. Right. And they made it to this age in life.
And this is how you treat
deal with you.
Slapping them, pushing them, not giving them stuff.
And then they don't really have family to come around to hear them out. Like, hey, how you doing in here? Right. It's like, nah, I outlived everybody. People are clean across the country.
Them type of people are Vlad the Impaler.
Right.
They just make an example out of them like that. I'm not gonna go into it.
Three people selected for the
You gonna get treated like
abusers.
Vlad Tempest. You gonna get treated like that.
Ours.
Right.
Yeah, but other than that, no. I've been having a lot more. I guess it's just because the older I'm getting, and I feel like I'm getting softer. I'm starting to have a lot more sympathy for people that I didn't have before.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm having a lot more sympathy for people and understanding.
Right.
Like you said, I was heavy on my standards, so I'd be like, y'all would talk to me till I was blue in the face, and I wouldn't change. I'm like, no, fuck that,
Come on, girls, like this.
But I'm like, nah, fuck that nigga. Fuck her. But nah, no. I'm starting to, like, damn, how would you feel if somebody just put you up on the stake and hung you and just kept judging you because you were at a terrible time in your life, or you had demons and shit haunting you, you fighting inner battles that you not telling nobody, that nobody knows. You keeping it to yourself, and you just keep acting out, lashing out, and people are judging you, and you like, this not really me, but I'm going through a phase in life.
And I don't know how to even express myself, to even say what the fuck.
Yep.
Actually, I don't know what's wrong because guess what? I'm not even talking to nobody either.
Right.
Right. Stuff just happening. I'm just reacting.
Like, I don't even know what's wrong with me. I'm just reacting to everything.
So that brings into my point that that's what is, I feel like what is separating us now.
Yeah.
And having, like, that's funny today, but... The separating us now is that we were operating like animals. Mm-hmm. Like we were animals, just reacting off of rage, emotions, or whatever. And now there's more of a human side to us. Yeah, like where we're like thinking about things, thinking things through. Like human, we've had more experience. Yeah, and we've gotten outside of our box of what our living was. Yep. To see things outside of what we were just blinded to. Right. Like raising our children, being taught patience, and doing all this stuff, or being even outside of LA, going outside of Long Beach, and going to meet people, and like now, I think I'm starting to finally see myself in other people, and I'm finally starting to love myself. Yeah, because if you love yourself and you see yourself in somebody else, right, you'll generally you'll love them. Like your first thought won't be the worst thing. Like I'll just jump to the worst conclusion about somebody. Right. Now I'm thinking past that to be like what you said. Damn, what are they going through? Yeah. Who they may have lost somebody. Because life is rough.
Rough, man.
Yeah. Life is rough.
Even in high school, like it was some of our peers and friends was going through stuff we had no idea.
No idea.
And we just being mean and being how we normally are to them.
Like, you was being mean.
Everybody was.
Nah, you. But
he was the worst.
Who, me? Was I a bully?
No, jokes. You guys weren't bullied, but y'all was bully jokes.
I was a jokester for sure.
Yeah. Y'all was bullies with the jokes.
You, Kendra, and Darnell were literally the worst.
The big people. If you was big,
that's how I feel still.
But this fool didn't have no sympathy for nobody. Yeah, I walked in his house. I damn near shut closed. Everybody in the house like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it, Trey.
I'm gonna be honest.
You look good. As soon as I said, no, I gotta go to Manny. I gotta go to Manny. Y'all lying to me probably. I turned, Manny looked in my face. I was like, yeah, it's damn. Bad. I was like, yeah, it's bad. Ooh, it's real bad. It's bad. You need to just go home and put some. I said, yeah, all right, man.
Put a steak on that bad boy.
I didn't come out of the house for like 3 days after that because he hurt my feelings, bro. That was crazy. But
you were mean.
Manny's gonna be brutally honest.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
He's gonna
I'm
be
not gonna
sugarcoat
nothing. But I've seen you be humbled a few times.
What you what?
By older, like our older homies.
It's about Mike.
Mike.
Rest in peace.
Mike and Marcus Anderson.
Oh, what are you What was we doing?
You was just always aggravating people.
Always.
You was always aggravating people. You were always like just being too into it. Like he had enough.
Yeah. All right, little guy. Enough's enough.
If you was a bigger person, you was tall or big, I just automatically
left you alone. Oh
no, I just always wanted to fight you.
Napoleon Man complex.
Yeah, like I don't know what it might have been the Napoleon Man complex, but I always felt like if I took out the big person, people would see like niggas
respect you.
Don't matter.
Yeah,
like what are you scared of? You remember I fought
Yeah, Barry.
But that was just how it was.
Yeah.
But joking and stuff like that.
And this guy was like 6'8".
Oh my God. You was probably all of 5'6" at the time, huh?
And he was like 300-something pounds too.
I was like 5'9". I think I graduated at 160. I think I might have been 160 when I graduated. So I was probably like 150 pounds when I fought.
I remember this vividly. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Oh man,
was showing out.
That fool hit that fool in his head. I was like,
so we were in Tommy's, and I was, and we eat chili, like, you get your fries. People get that. I think we're eating fries or whatever, and I'm sitting like this. Manny's sitting in front of me, and
the guy
is sitting behind Manny, facing that way in the other booth. But I could see his neck, his bump, the you know how they
razor bumps.
Razor bumps, yeah.
I said, ugh! You got me here eating that nasty ass shit on your neck. It's a bunch of people around.
Oh man, everybody
I lost my damn appetite because your big nasty ass. I don't even know why I did that. I don't even know why it was all like that. It was my opportunity to fight. You know what I mean? Like, and he like turned around. He was like, not even tripping. You know what I mean? I pushed the issue. I was like, just being loud, so everybody's laughing at him inside the Tommy's now.
Yeah,
and so he got up. He's like, get up. We're going outside, right? Get your ass up. So it's like,
whoopsie.
Here we go. And Manny looking like,
didn't mean for this to go this far.
What the fuck are you doing? And we went out there, and whatever had to happen. But
real swine.
This nigga fought a bear.
Dude,
literally.
But he accidentally elbowed me in my ribs.
And it hurt up.
For 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. He went like this. He did like, I hit him.
Yeah.
And he was like, ugh. Like that. Just a defensive.
Like a rage.
Like a rage, yeah.
And he caught me in my rib right here. Like, boom. And at the time, I felt it like, he caught me if he didn't hit me in my
face. I probably been asleep.
But so, like, whatever happens. He was like, oh, I hit him screaming or whatever. And then that goes. But for the next 3 weeks.
You was in pain.
Oh, man. I'm like, low key, I probably should have told somebody that I think my rib was broke. But I didn't.
Probably had broken ribs.
You probably had a fractured rib. Yeah. You probably had a fractured rib. Niggas be trying to be He-Man and
the only thing you can do is just let it heal. Ain't nothing to
right.
Yeah.
So that's all you can do.
That's what it was. And then I saw him in the hallway like a week after that. Like, and it's just me and him walking down the hallway. And my shit is tore up. Like, oh my God, this is not gonna be good. Like, I'm not
capable of
And he walked in, he was like, you know what? He apologized. He was like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. And I was like, yeah, no worries, man. You good?
You didn't apologize?
No.
And you started.
I'm sorry for starting all of that.
That's like,
Niggas.
But that's just that. I don't know how we got there or whatever. But that. I'm not a bully. I don't think I've ever been. I've always stood up for, and that's why I was going to bring it up, because sometimes we get boxed in and we get marginalized, right? Like people only see, like I was telling people, like, y'all only seen 15% of Trey.
Yeah.
Y'all don't really know the Trey. Y'all know more of Rios and more of Manny, because we're letting y'all in. We're not being closed off. Y'all really ain't seen the levels to my brother, you know what I mean? The intelligence, the stuff that you're interested in, the things that you like, and they have no idea.
Nah, they don't.
From what they've seen,
this is all they get.
And so they just be like boxing you in. So I was just gonna say, just be prepared, prep yourself. People are always gonna box us, you know what I mean? But that's just your opinion of it.
Right.
That's
exactly.
not where I am in life,
and
that's not where I'm going in life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so I just want to say I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you, very, very proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, proud of you too.
Proud of you as well.
For what we're doing and where we're going, we can look back on our past and we should all smile and say, we in a good place right now.
Right.
Absolutely.
We're in a good place and God brought us here, and hopefully people will enjoy the Syndicate and us coming together and having different topics and just sharing how we feeling about things, and we're going to have more of a flow and things to it. But as we build this up, with Trey and Manny, just stick with us, right? Like,
straight up, yeah.
Stick around, man.
Stick around.
It's a growing process. It's gonna get better, and
it will have more like whatever. I'm not saying that today wasn't good.
Yeah, today I feel like was amazing.
Not saying that episode 1 wasn't good, but if this is episode 1,
I can imagine what episode 100 gonna be.
It's gonna be like for real.
Here, and this is the Syndicate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there anything? From the last week, last month, this year so far, that you've learned, or that you've learned about yourself, or something that you want to either learn or something that you want to leave before you go into next week, before you go into your future endeavors or whatever?
I learned that I just got to keep remembering to listen to you in the back of my head telling me to stop overthinking, because I'm still overthinking a lot of stuff and trying to have things play out perfectly instead of just doing it and then getting better as it grows along. Yeah, instead of like perfection from the start. So I hear that in my head all the time. So
the thing, I'm glad you hear that, because what we see is great.
Yeah. I tell you, man, all the time.
What we see is great. Like, we're
I'll be disappointed. I'll be like,
too hard on yourself.
Yeah, I'm like,
you pick yourself and you pick your shit apart too hard. Like, we see, we're like,
he can be his own worst critic.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
And guess what? They see that.
Yeah.
Like, if we see it, they see that.
They see it.
Yep. Anything about anything?
Leave liquor. I want to leave liquor. That's what I do want to leave. I want to leave liquor, and I'm learning. What I've learned is that I don't need to respond to everything.
Boom. I'm not everybody's parents.
Yeah, I'm not everybody's parents. I'm not everybody's punching bag. And I'm learning, especially he's been in my ear a lot too. I'm learning not to respond to everything.
Boom. That's a good one. Not giving your energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's not worth it. It's no need to defend my honor or myself all the time to everybody in every battle.
Like,
every battle.
You'd be crazy out here. Because people now, they just...
It's got to be an uphill, constant battle.
Constant.
Because when they know you go battle, they gonna give you a battle every time. Oh, he love battling, so I'm gonna give him a battle every single day.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that energy I want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drain him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use the energy.
And the cold part is I'll be over texting all this crazy or saying all this crazy stuff to him. Well, he over there fuming. And I'm like, all right, mission accomplished. I'm happy. Let me go drink me some soda and watch this movie. I'm good.
Exactly.
And he over there just fuming. I'm like, bro.
Pacing back and forth, punching holes in walls.
I'm like, it's not even.
Yeah, so he been. I tell everybody that's my life coach.
Good.
But I've been learning to not respond to everything. And it's allowed me to keep peace within myself.
Boom. That's a good one. Not responding to everything. And what do they call that? Like icing people out? Like ice it out? Yeah. Like what they do kickers? Like, I ain't even gonna respond to that. Yeah. You ain't gonna get no attention from me in that negative. Like, if you there, that's where you at. What's up, babe? Damn, I love that. Because the reason why I ask you guys that is because I'm gonna try to incorporate what you learned and what you're gonna do, and what you learned and what you're moving forward with, or what you're leaving behind. I'm gonna try to incorporate that into what my thing is start programming better.
Gotcha.
I need to start preparing myself or prepping myself for what I'm out here trying to do. The endeavors and the things that I'm trying to take on. It won't reach its full potential if I'm not at my full potential and operating and optimal up to be doing this. You know? So I take on a lot of tasks and I try to do a lot of things. And I prioritize everything else besides my program. Getting my program together, being healthy. You guys always tell me, eat better, do this, get your rest, real. So you're not doing this. So that's what I'm taking into after this from this episode going into the future is doing a better program.
Gotcha.
And putting my health first. And
absolutely
prioritizing me. Even Ayana tells me, like, Jay, you need to do something. You need to get out there, go do something. You're too focused on everything else besides what's important, which is you. So,
because how you gonna take care of your household? You can't take care of yourself.
Right.
Can't do nothing. You can't if you can't take care of yourself. You can't do nothing.
Yeah. How you gonna take care of everybody else?
And they all looking for looking to me to take care of them.
And like to piggyback off that, I take that from y'all, the liquor. No liquor. I'm taking that from y'all.
I think that's
I'm taking that from y'all, so I'm cool.
Hey man, this is the Syndicate episode 1. We living life.
Yes,
we
sir.
out here, man. We out.